What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Tricky Jim at Full Grip Games. Did you know that there are over 10,000 different Pokemon cards in existence? In today's video, I'm going to be counting down my top 10 favorite Pokemon cards of all time. Coming in at the number 10 spot is Rocket SNEASEL EX from 2004's EX Rocket Returns. Not only was this card good, top 8ing the World Championship in Alex Brousseau's Dragtrode deck, but it's also just completely dope. They do not make Sneasels like this anymore. Now Sneasels are like common cards, but back in the day, Sneasel did not evolve, and Sneasel was completely tough in his own right with his own EX cards. So it's kind of a lost art as well. This is the coolest Sneasel art in my opinion, and Sneasel's one of my favorite Pokemon, making it one of my top 10 favorite cards of all time. At the number 9 spot is CLEFFA from Neo Genesis. When I first started building old decks, it was my mission to get my hands on as many CLEFFA as I could. This card is the backbone to so many decks from the early Wizards of the Coast era, utilizing CLEFFA's Eek attack in order to set up a game-winning strategy. This little guy is a 4-of in almost every single deck from the base Neo format. And now I have over 100 of this little guy in my personal collection. But this card is awesome. The artwork is adorable. Look at her playing with a little yarn ball there. Super cute stuff. And evolves into Clefairy, which evolves into Clefable, which is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time as well. At number 8 is ALAKAZAM from Base Set. This was one of the first holographic cards that I ever owned. In fact, I remember bringing it to a league at Toys R Us when I was in 5th grade. Had my little ALAKAZAM deck built. The deck wasn't sleeved, but I had ALAKAZAM in a top loader. Unfortunately, they told me I could not play with my ALAKAZAM in a top loader, even though I wanted desperately to keep this thing safe. So I unsleeved the ALAKAZAM, played with it all day, and it ended up with a bunch of scratches on it by the time I was finished. That made me sad, but I've gotten over it, and now I play old decks with ALAKAZAM in it all the time. Damage Swap's an incredible ability, allowing you to finesse your damage counters around wherever you want on your side of the field. This thing's amazing. Love the artwork on it. Super dope card. Number 8. Coming in at number 7 is ZAPDOS EX from Fire Red Leaf Green. I remember pulling this card myself, riding bikes with my buddy Alex up to 7-Eleven and spending all of our lawn cutting money on Pokemon cards, like any responsible teenager would. This card was just way better than any other Pokemon card that I had at the time, and Legendary Ascent combined with Electron Crush allowed me to absolutely smash Alex's water deck, so I loved this thing. I played with it in my deck back in the day when I pulled it, and then got it graded recently, and it came back a 10. If that was any testament to how good I kept my Pokemon cards and how much I cared about their condition. I played with it back in the day. Now I've got it as a PSA 10 in my personal collection, a memento to good times as a child playing Pokemon cards. Coming in at the number 6 spot is LANDORUS EX from Boundaries Crossed. This card means so much to me. I was able to win my first ever regional championship in 2015 with Landorus Crobat, which jump-started my content creation career as a competitive Pokemon player. I started writing articles for Poke Beach, which sustained me for a number of years, then started filming with Diriums, and now have my own YouTube channel, Tricky Jim, all thanks to Landorus EX. This deck was a blast to play. Hammerhead in combination with Crobat's sniping ability allowed you to quickly and efficiently overwhelm your opponent's Pokemon. It was a fantastic deck and ended up getting immortalized on the World Championship level by winning the Junior Division in 2015 as well. Amazing card, love the artwork too, an absolute rock star. My fifth favorite Pokemon card of all time is Secret Rare Escape Board from Ultra Prism. This card looks super sweet, but my favorite part about it is that it reminds me of skateboarding every day growing up and all the friends that I made doing so. Skateboarding has been a huge influencer in my life and taught me a lot of life lessons like determination, how to try something over and over again without giving up. It also taught me how to be myself and not really care what anybody else thought about me. I also learned how to video edit, I learned Photoshop and filming, all from skateboarding. I used to make my own skateboarding videos and upload them to YouTube back in like 2005. It was a lot of fun, and I love that this card represents the intersection of two of my favorite things in life, skateboarding and Pokemon. Coming in at number 4 is Blastoise from Base Set, the coolest starter ever in my humble opinion. I used to pick Squirtle every single time I played through Red version, and I probably played through that game at least 100 times. Blastoise as a card is phenomenal as well. This Rain Dance ability is amazing, allowing you to put as many water energy from your hand to your water Pokemon in play as you like. And this ability has been reincarnated throughout the course of the Pokemon trading card game history, and I've loved playing every single iteration of this ability that there's been. We've seen it on Magnezones, we've seen it on Emboar, we've seen it on other Blastoises like the one from Boundaries Crossed. This ability is awesome, and I love the history that it came from this card in Base Set, one of the coolest cards ever printed. At number 3 is Clefable from Jungle. This was the first holographic card I ever opened from a pack, and I remember it like it was yesterday. I was on vacation with my family in Ocean City on the boardwalk, and I got one pack of Jungle. Inside that pack was this beautiful card, and Clefable instantly became one of my favorite Pokemon ever. And this card's incredible. I used to run around and tell my friends, my Clefable can beat your Charizard, and they'd say, nuh-uh, Charizard does 100 damage. And I'd be like, yeah, for 4 energies, nerd, Clefable can do it for 1. And they have not printed a card that copies attacks quite like Clefable does ever since. Metronome for 1 energy allows you to use any of the defending Pokemon's attacks as if it were this attack, except for anything else required to use the attack. Imagine Clefable against a tag team Pokemon GX. Get wrecked, right? This card's one of a kind. It's an amazing card all in all, and I just love it. Easily one of the Pokemon that I have the fondest memories of. Misty's Determination Full Art from Evolutions coming in at number 2. Misty is my favorite gym leader of all time, and I love her character from the anime. Totally bossy, totally aggressive, doesn't take no for an answer, but always down to help out the squad. I also loved that she was the water Pokemon master, and I loved water Pokemon growing up. Now, I even got Misty tattooed on myself, and I have a ton of copies of this card, Misty's Determination, in my own personal Misty's collection. Thanks largely in part to you all. I've gotten a ton of these donated to me as well. I'm trying to have the largest collection of Misty's Determinations in the world, and I think I'm well on my way to doing that. I have a number of these in PSA 10. I also have a bunch of these signed by Rachel Lillis, the voice actress for Misty from the anime. I think this card is absolutely stunning, and it is one of my favorites ever. Finally, my favorite card of all time, Rocket Zapdos from Gym Challenge. The card artwork on this thing is absolutely stunning, and one of the main reasons that Zapdos is my favorite Pokemon of all time. I had this card in Japanese as a kid growing up and absolutely fell in love with it. The stormy skies in the background, the rain falling as well. You can see the lightning cracking from Zapdos's wings, totally epic. Not only that, but this card is incredible. Plasma's just a groundbreaking attack, accelerating lightning energy and dealing damage at the same time. And this card is just totally tough. A Rockets Pokemon to boot, which I just thought was the coolest thing ever. A few years ago, I opened one pack of first edition Gym Challenge and pulled this card. I was stunned. I could not believe that I pulled my favorite card out of one single first edition pack of Gym Challenge. I played the card in some decks and then sent it away to PSA. It got a 10 on it. I was floored. So I have a PSA 10 of my favorite card ever. This card has influenced me to love ZAPDOS throughout the time that I've played the Pokemon trading card game. I even got ZAPDOS and the Legendary Bird Squad tatted on me as well to represent my love for the Legendary Bird Trio and ZAPDOS in particular. So that's it, my top 10 favorite Pokemon cards of all time. Make sure to let me know in the comments below what are your favorite Pokemon cards of all time. And as always, thank you all so much for watching the video. Make sure to like the video, sub to the channel, ring that bell, check out the Teespring, Etsy store, Patreon stuff, and Full Grip Games all in the description below. Thank you all for watching. Peace!